created a groovy pipeline script, and
Yeah.
then what?
Like created the settings, like I need to build the code local and then push it to
Okay.
Nexus repository. That is the setup. So in between, like I pull the code from the GitHub, and then I have override the properties which I created separate repository. There I kept the repository file, and then from there I took the repository, and
Hold
then
on.
yeah,
So you have a repository. Is it GitHub or
yeah,
some SVN or something like that?
GitHub.
All right. So you use the git commands to download the source code onto your local machine first. Then you build the file using MQSI. What is that? Create bar command.
Yeah.
And then you applied the overrides using MQSI apply bar overrides command.
Yes.
Next.
Next thing is I deployed into our server, like integration server, which is like located in local.
So I was looking at the text that you sent me. So according to the text, you have used pipeline script as you have mentioned the stage. Give me a second. You have used delete directory command, and then you have used a git branch to download the value from git repository. Next, it is in the stage called properties. You have there is an echo command, and then you use mqsi create bar, and then mqsi bar override, and then mqsi deploy. mqsi deploy, you have used a local deployment command. To change that local deployment command to a remote deployment, all you have to do is you have to use a TCP layer on it. So TCP argument on it. So currently you have used the broker name -e execution group.
Yeah.
You want to deploy to a remote server, you just have to mention what the server's IP address and port number is, and the username password for the admin account or whatever account has access to deploy. So when you do that, you can deploy to a remote server.
Okay.
You're asking me something?
Yeah. After that, like I did testing and all. Like I used Postman collection and used JUnit with like Newman, and then tested it. So everything is very well. So now they came up with like generic names. I need to implement the generic names, like dynamic names for the GitHub repository, and then those bars, file name, and everything is there. No, so for that I need to implement the dynamic one. So whenever the code is
Okay.
Hello.
You said you have used Postman and Newman command line options and to test your code, and then you wanted some generic names. Generic name for what?
Yeah, here I mentioned the GitHub repository. No.
Yes.
GitHub repository. The first name I mentioned, like hard coded.
Hard coded. Yes, correct.
Yeah. So I wanted to make it dynamically there.
All right. To add a dynamic nature into this, you have multiple options. One of the options is using a parameter. Okay, so for a GitHub repository, I do not. Is there only one repository or multiple?
Like it will be multiple repository.
So is the base path exactly the same? Base path would be your company's name / your team's name, and then the project name. So only the project name changes, or the entire company name and the team name, it all changes?
Only the project name will changes. Like what we doing, like we will we will push the code. Each code will be pushed into different repository, not the same one.
Okay. So you want to change the GitHub's URL. So it can be
Yeah.
changed by using a parameter. So if you use a parameter, it will be visible on the Jenkins UI. So if somebody clicks build project, this project, then it will go give them an option to select one of the one of the many uh, GitHub URLs and many other properties. So they will see what the properties are getting built with. So that's an option called parameterize in your build. You can do that in Groovy or you can do that in other options as well. So what you have to do, one, you have to parameterize your build. Other option is if you don't want to show this parameters
Mm-hmm.
to the user who is running the build,
Mm-hmm.
then you can save these properties into a file somewhere or into a database somewhere or into any other location such that you can access it through code and the person running the build who is a non-admin, who is a
Mm-hmm.
developer, he will
Mm-hmm.
not be able to see this.
Okay. Okay. Let me check on that, and then here, like the script, MQSide script and all there, no? So, is there any way to avoid the hard coded here? Like I hard coded the path and everything here. So, is there any way to avoid that?
Okay, so those are things which you will not want to show to your person who is building the code. So the developers. So you don't want to show them the code. So what you can do is you can put that into a property file, for example, and
Mhm.
pick those values from there. Use variables. Let me go to the first thing that you have written down, and you have written as C program files IBM IIB version number 10.00.22. Okay, and
Mm.
tools. So that is the place where you have kept uh, you have installed IIB, and
Yeah.
you can pick MQSI create bar from that location.
Yes.
So to execute MQSI create bar, you can use uh, a variable that is available to you in the environment path. So you can create a variable in the environment and declare it there, or you can put a variable in a properties file and pick it from there. Okay. Environment variable would be what? It would be, you know about path, PATH, or CWD or PWD commands, or DAT command. These are all available to you from the environment. Okay.
Okay.
So you can create a variable in the environment in your
Mm-hmm.
Windows environment tree, and then you can access it from there, or you can put something into a properties file, and from there you can access the variable. So it will then say my installation path slash mqsi create bar.exe, like that.
Okay. Okay. Let me note that. Okay. Let me
Way you
check on.
can avoid hard coding the values.
And then after that, we have to place the code into Nexus repository once build is done. So like so every time we need to deploy the same code into particular repository. How do I differentiate that? This bar is different from the different version. This bar is different version. So how do you differentiate that?
To say that a bar is different, you can either put the bar version number into the file name itself. So for example, if you're saying my project dash one dot bar, my project dash two dot bar, like that, you
Mm-hmm.
can differentiate it. Or if you don't want to put the name in the bar file,
Mm-hmm.
then what you can do is you can put the name in sorry, the version number 1, 2, 3, so on in the workspace folder path. So let me
Okay.
see what's the workspace folder path that you have declared here. Testing one is the workspace, isn't it?
Yeah.
In your case. So you will have to create a unique ID and keep on incrementing it, or you can use a unique ID that is system generated, and
Okay.
then you can create a folder like that. You will say what? You will say, for example, here you have said delete directory, isn't it?
Yeah.
So along with that, you will say make directory, and you will say the number, for example 23, then make directory 24, or make directory some random uuid.
Okay. So we
Then
can increment the folder name folder version called like 1 or 2 according to the rights. You can increment.
yes, you can even also use the build number. So when you build something in Jenkins, you get
Mm-hmm.
some number there, right?
Yeah.
So you can use that build number as your version number.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So that would be a common build number for
Mm-hmm.
multiple projects. If you want something specific to one project, for example, here it is document employee dot something dot git. So for that, for document employee, if you want some value, let's say
Mm-hmm.
-1, -2, -3, then you should not use the build number of the pipeline, because it will be common for document employee and non-document employee and create employee and other things like that.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Got it, Vishnu.
All right.
Yeah. That's all, Vishnu.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right then.
Yeah.
Try it
Thank.
out.
Yeah.
And remember,
Try and.
you'll have to use parameterize the build option in Jenkins,
Mm-hmm.
and you can also use properties file to save your parameters. These are the two available options.
So that parameterized build, we can put it into pipeline script itself, or like I could see the option they're creating separate pipeline for that. So the different option like freestyle they're using it. I've seen the multiple option. They're using
You
only the
can use it.
freestyle.
No, no, no. Even in groovy pipeline script, you can do this parameter thing. So for
Mm-hmm.
that, what you'll have to do is you click on when you say create a new groovy pipeline script, groovy pipeline job. You will There's an option called parameterize this project. When you click on that, you will get options to select the type of the parameter: string parameter, a boolean parameter, a choice parameter,
Mm-hmm.
things like this. Once you select the, let's say you've selected the choice script, choice parameter, so then you will write apple, orange, and lemon. These are the three parameters, three choices. Okay. So next, what you will have to do is you'll have to say generate groovy pipeline script for this parameter. There is a button right below that. When you click on that generate button, what happens is uh, a groovy code gets generated. Okay.
Okay.
Next, you copy and paste that groovy code into your groovy script. Thereby, you will get those parameters inside your groovy script.
Yeah, I got it, Vishnu. I got it. I think.
All right.
Yeah, that's it, Vishnu.
Yeah. Have a
Yeah.
good day.
Thank you, Vishnu. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks.